After 70, your brain can stay sharp with these 6 daily habits. Protect memory and focus. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or maybe you found yourself struggling to recall a name or a detail you used to remember so easily? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know you are not alone. As we get older, especially after 70, these little memory slips can start to feel frustrating, even a little worrisome. But here's the truth. Getting older doesn't mean you have to lose your sharp mind. Your brain is capable of staying strong, focused, and vibrant with just a few simple daily habits. That's what we're here to talk about today. I'll be sharing 6 gentle but powerful habits that can help protect your memory and keep your mind sharp well into your golden years. And don't worry, these aren't complicated exercises or medical tricks. These are practical, approachable habits that anyone can fit into their daily life, even if you're just starting today. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's have this conversation like two friends chatting on a sunny afternoon. To begin, let's talk about something many people don't realize is crucial for mental sharpness: staying mentally active. Think of your brain like a muscle. Just as your legs can get stiff if you sit in a chair all day, your mind can slow down if it's not challenged regularly. This doesn't mean you need to go back to school or pick up a new language overnight, although if you feel like it, go for it. It simply means finding small ways each day to engage your mind. For instance, you might try reading a book, or even just a few pages of a magazine you enjoy. Crossword puzzles, word searches, or Sudoku are all wonderful ways to gently push your brain to think in different ways. I once met a gentleman named Harold, 72 years old, who told me he started playing online chess every morning. Not because he wanted to become a grandmaster, but because it made him feel alert and energized. And science backs this up. Regular mental activities have been shown to support memory and focus in older adults. But let's make this even easier. If you're someone who enjoys cooking, try learning a new recipe. It's a fun way to memorize steps and ingredients while doing something rewarding at the same time. Or if you prefer music, learn a few new songs, or even pick up an instrument. I know that sounds ambitious, but strumming a simple tune on a ukulele can be as satisfying as solving a tricky puzzle. The key is consistency. Just a few minutes a day of something that makes your brain work a little can make a world of difference. Now, speaking of small daily habits, there's another one that's just as important and often overlooked: maintaining social connections. Yes, spending time with friends and loved ones isn't just good for the heart, it's essential for the mind. When you engage in conversations, share stories, listen to someone else's experiences, your brain lights up in all sorts of ways. It's like giving it a little workout without even realizing it. I know some of you might be thinking, but my circle of friends isn't as big as it used to be. That's perfectly understandable. Life changes, people move, or we find ourselves spending more time alone. But even a simple phone call, a chat with a neighbor, or joining a local community group can provide that needed interaction. I once visited a small library event where a group of seniors met every Thursday to discuss books. What really stood out wasn't just the books themselves, but the laughter, the debates, the shared memories that filled the room. That energy keeps the mind alive. And let me share this little tip. If in-person meetings feel tricky, especially these days, don't overlook video calls. Many seniors I've spoken with have found joy connecting with family through video chats, even if technology feels a bit intimidating at first. There are always ways to make it simpler. Maybe a grandchild or a friend can help set it up, and once it's done, all you have to do is press one button to see smiling faces and hear familiar voices. So, by staying mentally active with things like puzzles, reading, or learning new skills, and by keeping those social connections alive through chats, calls, or meetups, you're already building a strong foundation for mental sharpness. These 2 habits might seem small, but their effects add up in the most beautiful way over time. You might notice you feel more focused when you wake up, that recalling names and dates becomes a little easier, or that you simply feel more confident in your daily life. And confidence, especially after 70, is a treasure worth holding on to. It's not about keeping up with everything around you or knowing every answer. It's about feeling comfortable and steady in your own mind, trusting that your memory is your friend, not something slipping away. Let's take a moment to reflect. You've already lived through so much, decades of memories, lessons, and stories. That doesn't fade just because of a number on a calendar. Your mind has served you well, and with a little care, it can continue to do so for years to come. So, whether it's picking up a new book, joining a conversation, or learning a song, I encourage you to try one of these today. You might surprise yourself with how refreshing and rewarding it feels. Now that we've talked about keeping your mind engaged and staying connected with others, let's move on to another gentle habit that plays a big role in maintaining focus and memory as we age. And that's giving your brain the rest it truly needs. You might not expect it, but getting deep, quality sleep is one of the most powerful ways to protect your memory and keep your focus sharp. It's during sleep, especially those deeper stages, that the brain does its cleanup work. It sorts through everything you experienced during the day, decides what's worth remembering, and strengthens those memories. It's like tidying up a room so things are easier to find later. But I know sleep can get trickier with age. Maybe you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night or having trouble falling asleep to begin with. That's incredibly common. The good news is that there are a few small habits that can help improve your sleep naturally. One of the most helpful things you can do is create a bedtime routine, just like you might have done for your children or grandchildren. A warm cup of chamomile tea, a few minutes of light stretching, maybe even listening to gentle music or reading a calming book can send your body the signal that it's time to rest. Keeping a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, can also help your internal clock stay on track. And this might sound simple, but make your bedroom a place of peace. Keep it quiet, cool, and dark if you can. Turn off bright screens an hour before bed, phones, tablets, or even the TV. That blue light can confuse your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Think of your bedtime as a gentle winding down, a moment to give your mind the gift of stillness. Now let's talk about something just as powerful as rest: movement. Daily physical activity, even in small amounts, does wonders for brain health. No, you don't need to run marathons or take intense fitness classes. Simple movement is more than enough. A walk around the block, light gardening, gentle stretches in the living room. All of these get your blood flowing, and that means more oxygen and nutrients being delivered to the brain. There's actually something beautiful about the connection between your body and your brain. When you move your body, especially through something rhythmic like walking or swimming, your brain releases feel-good chemicals like endorphins. These not only boost your mood, but also help protect the brain's ability to learn and recall. I met a woman once, Margaret, who started taking short walks every morning after breakfast. She told me it wasn't about weight or exercise goals. It was about how clear her mind felt afterward. It's like the cobwebs get swept away, she said. And that's a lovely way to describe it. Movement doesn't just help your body, it refreshes your thoughts and makes room for new ideas and sharper focus. And let's not forget balance exercises. They're gentle and can be done at home. Things like standing on one foot while holding onto a chair, or slowly rising up and down on your toes. These kinds of exercises not only improve stability, but also engage parts of your brain responsible for coordination and concentration. So by now, we've talked about how mental stimulation, social connection, good sleep, and regular movement all come together to support a strong and focused mind. But there's one more habit I want to share with you in this part of our conversation, and it's one that often gets pushed to the side. It's something incredibly simple, but deeply powerful: paying attention to what you eat. That's right. Your daily meals can either support your brain or work against it. The good news is, you don't need a special diet or hard-to-find ingredients. Just a few smart choices can go a long way. Think of foods that are colorful and fresh, like berries, leafy greens, nuts, and fish. These are packed with antioxidants, healthy fats, and vitamins that nourish the brain. For example, blueberries have been shown to support memory and delay brain aging. Walnuts, with their funny brain-like shape, actually contain nutrients that improve brain function. And fatty fish like salmon are rich in omega-3s, which help build and repair brain cells. Isn't it amazing how nature provides exactly what we need? Now, you don't need to change everything at once. Maybe start by adding a handful of berries to your breakfast, or switching out a processed snack for a small bowl of mixed nuts. You could drizzle olive oil on your salad or swap soda for a glass of water with lemon. These tiny changes, done consistently, add up over time and can help keep your mind bright and resilient. And here's a little tip I often share. Enjoy your meals slowly. Chew well, sit in a calm space if you can, and really notice the flavors. This kind of mindful eating helps your body digest food better, and it gives your brain time to register what's happening, building awareness and presence, both of which are great for your mental clarity. What I love about these habits is that they're not about restriction or rules. They're about care. Taking care of the mind that has carried you through life, that holds your memories, your wisdom, your joy. When you give it the nourishment it needs, it gives back in focus, in sharpness, in those little aha moments when everything just clicks. So let's pause here for a moment. You've already started visualizing the kind of days you want, ones filled with energy, purpose, and peace of mind. Maybe you're picturing a morning walk in the sunshine, a puzzle by the window, a warm, restful night, or sharing a hearty, brain-boosting meal with someone you love. These aren't just nice ideas. They're real, reachable steps. And now, with some of those foundational habits in place, we're ready to explore even more ways you can protect your mind and nurture your memory. And one of the simplest yet often overlooked habits is staying hydrated. Now, I know water might not seem as exciting as puzzles or morning walks, but your brain is made up of around 75% water. When your body doesn't get enough fluids, even just a little bit of dehydration can make you feel foggy, forgetful, or tired. I've heard folks say, "But I don't feel thirsty," especially as we get older. And that's a fair point. Our sense of thirst can fade with age, but your brain still needs that hydration to function its best. Imagine trying to run a car without oil. It might start, but it won't run smoothly. Your brain's the same way. Even mild dehydration can slow things down. Simple tasks feel harder, focusing becomes a challenge, and recalling things takes longer. So what's a good goal? Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. If plain water isn't your favorite, herbal teas count too, as do water-rich foods like cucumbers, melons, or soups. A helpful trick is to keep a glass of water by your favorite chair or spot in the kitchen. That way, each time you pass by, you can take a sip without having to think about it too much. Little habits like that make a big difference over time. And if keeping track feels overwhelming, there are simple, colorful water bottles these days with markings to show how much you've had. I've seen many seniors use these as gentle reminders throughout the day. It's not about perfection. It's about giving your body and brain the fuel they quietly rely on. Now, moving along, there's one more daily habit I truly believe in for maintaining sharpness after 70, practicing mindfulness and stress reduction. It might sound a bit new age, but at its heart, mindfulness just means being present in the moment, giving your mind a rest from constant worry or busy thoughts. Stress, even the low-level kind that comes from small daily frustrations, can wear on your brain over time. It releases hormones like cortisol, which in large amounts can actually interfere with memory and concentration. But the wonderful thing is that calming your mind doesn't require any special equipment or long training sessions. One of the easiest ways to start is through deep breathing. Simply sitting comfortably, closing your eyes, and taking a slow breath in through your nose, counting to 4, and then breathing out through your mouth, counting to 6. Doing that for just a few minutes can shift your body into a calmer state, lowering stress hormones and giving your brain space to reset. There's also the simple act of pausing throughout your day. You might sit by the window and watch the birds, listen to soft music, or even step outside and feel the sun on your face. These small moments of stillness help balance the active parts of your mind with gentle quiet. I once knew a man named Robert, who started his mornings by sitting in his favorite chair with a cup of tea, simply watching the sunrise for 10 minutes. He said it made the rest of his day feel clearer, like he wasn't racing to catch up with his own thoughts. And that's exactly the kind of peace we're aiming for: steady, calm, and present. Another beautiful way to incorporate mindfulness is through gratitude. Taking a moment, maybe before bed or when you first wake up, to think of 3 things you're grateful for. It could be something as small as a cozy blanket, a phone call from a friend, or the smell of fresh coffee. Gratitude doesn't just warm the heart. It also helps your brain stay engaged and focused on the positive, which studies have shown supports mental sharpness over time. So, to gently wrap everything together, we've explored 6 simple habits today: keeping mentally active, staying socially connected, ensuring good sleep, moving daily, eating nourishing foods, drinking enough water, and practicing mindfulness and stress reduction. These habits aren't about big changes or strict routines. They're about small, meaningful moments each day. Moments that help your mind stay as vibrant and alive as you are. If there's one thing I'd love for you to take away from our time together today, it's this. It's never too late to care for your mind. Whether you're 70, 80, or beyond, every step you take matters. Your brain is resilient, adaptable, and always ready to learn and grow if you give it the chance. And don't worry about doing everything perfectly. Maybe today, you'll go for a short walk. Tomorrow, you'll try a crossword puzzle. The next day, you might focus on drinking a little more water. It's all about building a rhythm that fits your life, at your pace. I'd love to hear from you now. What are some of the things you already do to keep your mind sharp? Or maybe there's a new habit you're thinking of trying after watching this video. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I always enjoy reading your stories. Your journey might inspire someone else who's looking for a little encouragement today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to click the like button. It really does help others find this kind of content. And if you'd like more gentle, practical tips on living your best life after 70, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We have plenty more conversations just like this one waiting for you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Remember, you carry years of wisdom, kindness, and strength. Your mind deserves just as much care as your heart and body. Here's to living your best life at any age. Sharp, joyful, and fully present in each beautiful moment.